There is a deep part of American culture which is all about the idea that you can make yourself into anyone. How many of our movies are about the idea that I'm going to be a star, I'm going to sing, dance, take Wall Street by storm, own this crazy town, see my name in lights, someday be a gangster, someday be a real boy, someday get to Washington and make a difference, someday leave my uncle's farm on Tatooine and become a Jedi Knight like my father? What today on our program?
What the hell are you doing in that get-up? Grab an apron and clean up that crap back there.
Yeah, he knows what the hell he can do with that crap.
Don't you come to work?
I guess not, Ralph. Hell, I just come collect my pay. Tell you all I'm heading up east.
Heading up east?
Yeah, I thought I'd say goodbye to you. Just come look around a little bit, you know? Well, goodbye.
Bye. What are you gonna do back east?
There's a lot of rich women back there, Ralph. Begging for it, paying for it, too.
Yeah?
Yeah, hell yeah. And the men, they're mostly tutti fruities.
Oh, I bet you some mess back there.
So I'm gonna cash in on some of that, right?
I don't know. I don't know nothing about it.
Hell, what do I got to stay around here for? I got places to go, right?
How would I look? How would I feel? Would I really have more fun?
Is it true blondes have more fun? Having fun, having fun. Is it true blondes have more fun?
Why not be a blonde and see?
A Lady Clairol blonde. A silky shining blonde. A Lady Clairol blonde. A silky shining blonde. Is it true blondes have more fun?
If I've only one life, let me live it as a blonde.
And take up the things that do work in America. What makes America become more prosperous? It isn't that complicated, guys. It isn't Fortune 500 companies. It isn't big corporations. Every country in the world has rich people. Every country in the world has billionaires and millionaires. What makes us different is that here, a worker can become an owner. An employee can become an employer. Literally, it happens all the time. You can't walk but 2 blocks anywhere in this country and not bump into somebody that didn't start a business out of the spare bedroom of their home, that didn't take their credit card or their life savings and risked it all behind a great idea. And today, 20 people work for them. That's 20 families being fed, 20 families sending kids to college because somebody had the audacity to take their life savings in pursuit of their dream. And so they opened a business out of the spare bedroom of their home. They opened a business out of a corner in their garage. Nowadays, sometimes with a laptop and an empty table at a Starbucks. And it worked.
I came up, that's all me. Stay true, that's all me. No help, that's all me for real. I came up, that's all me. Stay true, that's all me. No help, that's all me for real. Came up, that's all me. Stay true, that's all me. No help, that's all me.
To meet the challenges of the 21st century, we must also work together to achieve important goals for the American people here at home. This work begins with keeping our economy growing. And I encourage you all to go shopping more.
Who thinks more is better than less? Okay, why?
More is better than less because if stuff is not less, if there's more less stuff, then it might.
And according to this nationwide survey, more doctors smoke Camels than any other cigarette. Try Camels yourself, the cigarette so many doctors enjoy.
A box of matches and a pack of old gold cigarettes. That's all you need, my friend. And you're enjoying the smoothest, mildest, tastiest cigarette ever created.
Why don't you let me fix you some of this new Mococo drink? All natural cocoa beans from the upper slopes of Mountain Nicaragua, no artificial sweeteners.
hell are you talking about?
How much house does the modern American couple really need? Well, answers vary widely, of course, but for one billionaire tycoon and his wife, something the size of a small airport seemed reasonable.
A sense of place. Your ability to create places that are meaningful and places of quality and character depends entirely on your ability to define space with buildings and to employ the vocabularies, grammars, syntaxes, rhythms, and patterns of architecture in order to inform us who we are. The public realm in America has two roles. It is the dwelling place of our civilization and our civic life, and it is the physical manifestation of the common good. And when you degrade the public realm, you will automatically degrade the quality of your civic life and the character of all the enactments of your public life and communal life that take place there. The public realm comes mostly in the form of the street in America, because we don't have the 1,000-year-old cathedral plazas and market squares of older cultures. Your ability to define space and to create places that are worth caring about all comes from a body of culture that we call the culture of civic design. This is a body of knowledge, method, skill, and principle that we threw in the garbage after World War II and decided we don't need that anymore, we're not going to use it. And consequently, we can see the result all around us. Because it hasn't delivered what it's been promising for half a century now. These places, these habitats, are inducing immense amounts of anxiety and depression in children, and they don't have a lot of experience with medication. So they take the first one that comes along often. These are not good enough for Americans. We are entering an epochal period of change in the world, and certainly in America, the period that will be characterized by the end of the end of the cheap oil era. It is going to change absolutely everything. Chris asked me not to go on too long about this, and I won't, except to say there's not going to be a hydrogen economy. Forget it. It's not going to happen. We're going to have to do something else instead. We're going to have to downscale, rescale, and resize virtually everything we do in this country, and we can't start soon enough to do it. We're going to have to live closer to where we work. We're going to have to live closer to each other. We're going to have to grow more food closer to where we live. The age of the 3,000-mile Caesar salad is coming to an end. We have a railroad system that the Bulgarians would be ashamed of. We got to do better than that. And we should have started 2 days before yesterday. We are fortunate that the new urbanists were there for the last 10 years, excavating all that information that was thrown in the garbage by our parents' generation after World War II. Because we're going to need it if we're going to learn how to reconstruct towns. We're going to need to get back this body of methodology and principle and skill in order to relearn how to compose meaningful places, places that are integral, that are living organisms, in the sense that they contain all the organs of our civic life and our communal life deployed in an integral fashion, so that, you know, the residences make sense deployed in relation to the places of business, of culture, and of governance.
Came up, that's all me. Stay true, that's all me. No help, that's all me. All me for real.